Hello, Steve Obridge here. This is a video about how you do the scoop process. Now, first thing to remember is the scoop process is pretty much the same when we had paper to now going paperless. So don't get kind of frightened about any changes because really it's pretty much the same apart from a few kind of minor tweaks. So let's go through it quickly. So the first thing is you're going to do the presentation introduction script just like you normally do. You go into a family's home, you build rapport, you kind of make friends, you sit down at the right place on the table, and you do your presentation intro script, okay? And you start talking about their goals and things like that. Now, one of the little changes you'll come across now is that normally some people will put the goals straight onto the fact find. Other people just kind of write them on a piece of paper or take a little note and then input them afterwards. In this case, the best way to do it is to actually just have that goals conversation, make a couple of notes on your pad or something like that, because you haven't started the fact find on the system yet. So make a couple of goals, have that conversation just like normal, you know, maybe note the goals down. If you're like me, haven't got a great memory and you can't remember them, then make a little note. But if you can remember, that's fine. So note goals either mentally or on paper. The next thing you're going to do is go through the KTP as normal. So the standard kitchen table presentation, teach the slides, build rapport, focus on recruiting, educate the client, and so on, just like you normally would. Now, once you get to the end of the KTP, where normally what we would do is we'd go to the paper fact find, what we're going to do now is say, now in order to put a financial game plan together for you, I just need to create your fact find for you. So the first thing I need from you is your full name, which you probably got already, so you don't have to ask if you got it. But I just need to get your email address so I can create that for you. So then you take the email address and you actually create the client account, okay? So what you're doing now is you're logged onto the system, you're creating the client account. Now there will be a video that's like a screen share video that shows you how to actually do this, where to click, things like that. So definitely watch that after this one. So you create the client account. Then what will happen is once you've done that, it will actually save it into your client list. Go into the client list, click on the name of the client. So much easier than before where we had to kind of refine the client and that kind of thing. Now you just go into a list, click on the name, and that will take you straight to the actual fact find. And again, very, very simple. Just go through the fact find. Now, going through the fact find is just the same as when you do it with the paper one. You have a conversation and you take the notes and you fill out the forms and so on. So don't get too worried that it's on a screen instead of on a piece of paper, okay? So you've gone through the fact find now. At the end of the fact find, normally what we would do is we'd actually get the client to sign the bottom, right? You know, just to confirm we've given them the IDD, confirm, and by the way, make sure you give them the IDD as well. Through the KTP, okay? But we confirm, you know, that they've given us the right information, that they understand that we're gathering their data and so on, all the kind of things that we normally do. But instead of them actually signing the screen, we know that not everybody has ability to do that. What we do is we basically click kind of an approval button, okay? So they actually click to approve. And what happens is it sends them an email immediately. So you say to them something like, okay, so I've just submitted that now, so that you should get an email right now, which basically gives you a little button. It summarizes the data we've taken. Just have a little check through that, make sure it's all right, and you press the approve button. So they now approve that. That's kind of their way of signing the document, just like we normally do. And then of course so they click approve. So they click to submit to client, let's say. Oops, submit to client. Okay, number 7, the client receives the email. Client gets email. Client approves, which is like them. Approve. How many V's is that? Client approves the fact find, and now that's really just like them signing. And of course, last but not least, really important, make sure you book the carryback straight away. Okay? So the next stage is you finish the carry bag, you finish the scoop, you then go back home, go back to the office, whatever, and then you start putting together your carry bag. Okay? That's it. It's really, really that simple. So if you think about it, the only thing that's really changed in this process is that for some people, we don't start the fact find until after the KTP. For some people, you're already doing it that way. And that instead of getting them to sign it, we're actually just getting them to click an email that we send them. Very, very simple. The great thing about it is it's setting up their own client account for later as well. Okay, hope that was useful. It's really simple, and definitely check out the other videos on the new system. Take care. Bye-bye.